Welcome back to another video. Just seen that Bradford City have announced that Ryan East is going out on loan to Rochdale until the end of the season. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. Like the video if you do go on to do so, and subscribe if you're new. What have we done? Why have we done this? I'm just trying to get onto the article now. East heads to Rochdale on loan. Ryan East has joined National League side Rochdale on the season on loan. The midfield joined the Bantams last summer and has made 26 appearances in club number to date. Would have thought that were a lot less actually. He now heads to Crown Oil Arena where he'll spend the remainder of the 2023-24 campaign. Bradford City would like to wish Ryan the very best throughout his spell at Rochdale. I loved Ryan East. I thought he was a brilliant player. He is around the age of 25 now, I think. I'm not quite sure how old he is, but if I were to guess, I think 24, 25 he is now. So he ain't going to get much out of this loan spell in terms of his development. It'll just be for his game time, and it's probably an option that he's wanted to take up by asking Mark Hughes, can I get some game time? So he'll probably be playing alongside Adam Clayton as well throughout the season, which will be interesting. Two players who I thought were pretty good last season at the end of the season for us. I really liked Ryan East. I thought he was the only forward-thinking midfielder we had last season in that midfield too, when we played it. And I thought he's a pretty good defensive midfielder. He can get into tackles. He's tenacious. I remember one of his first games that I properly saw of him was Salford, and that was a brilliant game away from home. And I think he might have played in the home fixture as well, but definitely away from home he were brilliant. And then he had another game around February time where he just got in, took his chance, had a really good game, didn't play on the Tuesday then. And every time he had a really good game, he didn't get the second opportunity to show what he could do. And I think that this is all on Hughes because let's be honest, Jake Young. Now when we loaned Jake Young out to Swindon, I thought, okay, he hadn't done well at City. To be honest, he didn't really get a chance. I thought he should have got more game opportunities, especially when he had that good one September to October, where he was scoring loads of goals, scoring really good goals. Well, August as well, he scored a couple. I think it was against Crewe or Walsall, scored a banger, and he didn't get that run of games where he should have got. And then he completely went out the side, went to Barrow, didn't do much, and I thought technically he was just lacking. Whereas Ryan East, technically not lacking, brilliant player on the ball. And actually the Carlisle game when he came off from the bench, he was the only player who wanted to play forward. We played a midfield three of Clayton, Gilliard, Smallwood, and they were the only player who kept playing forward, sharp passes into forward areas. And I think this is a bit of a mistake, to be honest, because when you look at the midfield, I don't think Osadebi's done well enough so far in a Bradford City shirt to show that he can maintain a place in the team and show that he's a starting player and an option to start week in, week out. Smallwood's the main midfielder, he's going to be constantly playing. You've got McDonald. Yes, granted, maybe he's ahead of East, which makes him third choice as a defensive midfielder, maybe fourth choice if you've got Gilliard. But in terms of a forward-thinking player who's always wanting to play forward, and I keep saying it, but McDonald doesn't look like he's going to really be that. Gilliard never really is that. He's a ball carrier. He'll carry the ball forward like Patterson. Ryan East won't really carry the ball forward into a final third. He'll play it quickly in there, and he won't use the balls as a baton like Gilliard does. And then I can't really think of anyone else who we've got apart from Osadebi who can play that, apart from Osadebi and Patterson, they're like for like. So, do we need to replace Ryan East? I'm not quite sure, but I think Ryan East was a really good asset to have, to bring on in games, to control games, to take the heat off the opposition. But instead, looks like we're going to do what we did last season, where we bring on a tall centre-back, perhaps Sash Taylor, bring on McDonald with Smallwood, and just try and sit in our penalty box, which won't work. I remember watching Southampton-Sheffield Wednesday on Friday night. I don't know if you watched it, but if you didn't, Southampton just kept passing the ball. Sheffield Wednesday didn't have a touch. And that's how you see games out. And Ryan East is that type of player who could do that. Whereas, if you bring on a McDonald, a really slow old man in midfield, who I will give him a chance, granted he does need that chance. But for me, why are players like McDonald getting more of a chance than Ryan East and Jake Young? Players who we bought on, I think Ryan East was a 3-year deal, Jake Young was a 3-year deal, Odesina was a 3-year deal. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes out on loan. They're, spine of your team. And Harry Lewis, who granted he's worked out successfully, but they're, players who we thought we've brought in on 3-year deals who will be mainstays in the team for years to come, can develop in the first season, and in second, third years they become our star players. And that's not worked. Whether that's on Mark Hughes, whether that's on the players, whether that's on Stephen Gent, I don't know. Or even the coaching staff in Mark Truman and Glenn Hodges for not developing them on the training pitch. But there's got to be a reason why these players have ultimately looking like they're going to fail. And for me, I've got to be looking at it being Mark Hughes for not giving them enough of a chance. Because Odesino only played 4 League 2 games, Ryan East, yes, 26 appearances in Clown and Amber. But a lot of them were off the bench. And same with Jake Young. You know, when you look at his games, and Ryan East, a lot of them are in the Pizza Cup. So it's really hard to understand this because it's a very quick reaction to this. I haven't really had much time to think because I were, trying to bring the preview out, which will be out relatively quick after this. So if you do go on to watch that, go on to that, and please like it if you have gone on to do so. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm really disappointed about, like I say, it goes in a trio for me. I think Odesino will be out on loan quite soon because it doesn't like he's got a sniff of getting into a team. Hughes don't fancy him. He obviously didn't fancy Ryan East or Jake Young either, and like I've already said, they're failures of signings now. Hopefully Ryan East does well at Rochdale and shows Mark Hughes that he's wrong, but he does need to be starting week in, week out, and he should have got more of a chance at City, and I'm sure he'll do that. I'm sure he'll blow it out the park in Rochdale and in the National League, and he'll probably be the best midfielder in the National League as well. I think he's that good. So I hope he does well. I hope he proves Mark Hughes wrong, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have a good one.